Degens, Diamond Hands, and everybody in between. And welcome back to the Door Show. I am your humbled, honored, and always hyped host, Colton Caffeine Colt Soroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with your boy, today's special guest of the day, and dive into more rabbit holes than we'll all be able to keep track of together. Now, my friends, before we firmly affix the old rabbit hole dive-in shorts and keep deep into them bad boys, I need you to take a few moments to do a couple of things for me. Item number 1 up on the docket. Please take a second to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the Door Show on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping from this here channel. Or if you're watching on Twitter, make sure you hit that follow button, that notification bell there as well, so you never miss any additional social media content coming from DHR. Or if you're listening to the podcast on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there too, as the audio of every episode releases after each live show is complete. Next item up on the docket. Hey, you can be so kind, you can find it in your heart to do so while you're watching today's show. Go on ahead, hit that other like button, leave me a comment, leave me a rating. Jump on over yonder in the live chat if you are watching live. You know, we have the second segment of the day where you can toss in all types of hot topics and questions we can go through, but I also like connecting with you guys throughout the entire show. So jump in the live chat. I already see it's popping. Don't you worry. I'll be there soon. And last item up on the docket. Go ahead. Hit that little old share button over there. Send it to your brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the damn globe as you, but you would refer to as a diamond hander and somebody that could take away a thing or two from these daily shows once they roll on out. Can't thank you enough when you do all of those things, because it only helps us make Diamond Hand Radio bigger and better for each and every one of you. Brew! Okay, enough with the formalities. It's showtime. I am beside myself. I'm coming out of my skin. Look, I showed up to the show today. Showed up to the show. Looked at myself in the screen. Looking at myself in the screen right now. I said, holy shit. What type of parallel universe am I living in right now? I'm about to have the opportunity to talk with Duncan Rogoff on my podcast. What did I just say? I'm going to talk with Duncan Rogoff on my podcast. You know what? It's a testament. You don't like where your life is, wait a month, you might. Wait another month, you really might. A couple more months down the line, hell, maybe even a year, you really will like where it's at. But my friends, you know what time it is. It's time to jump into the chat. You're all hanging out, so let me see what you're doing. What's up, chat? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Promi. Hey, it's okay. No big deal. You're here now, ready to rock and roll. Jason Phillips, shout out Hemp. Brew crew! Shout out, Hemp. Good to see you. We got both Cephas talking smash, damn straight. Just the mess. GM, just the mess. Good to see you as per usual. Let's see who else we got in here. Everybody live in prime time. That's everybody. GM, everybody. If you are watching on Twitter, just know I love you guys too, but can't see your comments on the old Bird app. For some reason, it doesn't filter it into what I have here. So please come on over to YouTube, hang out, subscribe, hit the notification bell while you're here, and hell, dive on in the old live chat and we'll have fun with you. Alpha Minor, baby. If you don't know what the hell this man's up to, he's got some serious alpha cooking up on his own, and maybe I just have him on the show here pretty soon. But GM to you, good sir, Alpha. Dr. J, live in prime time. Good morning, my friend. Great to see you, brother. I got a doggone Matilda hair. Hold on, kids. Oh yeah, now it's gone. I had a Matilda hair stuck to my beard, my mustache here, and it was like on my nose, and I couldn't figure what it was, but hey, it's gone now. Don't y'all worry. We are all good. GMO, good to see you as well. All right, chat. It's time to kick things off with the first segment of the day. I'm actually really excited about this one. I'll tell you what it's all about if you didn't read the description, or maybe you didn't see the title of the show. Tell you all about that here in a second. But this is now the time of the day when we get into the first segment of the day, NFT 101. Okay, so me compadres, can you tell I'm excited as shit? I'm already dancing on the opposite side of the screen. We're going to talk all about today, my friends, purchasing an NFT. Hot doggy. Oh, hey, woke zombie wifey. Good morning. Yes, Matilda is my cat. That would be the cat. Yes, she likes to run around the old production studios here, and yeah, stuck to my face, clean to my face. But now it's gone. We're good. Don't you worry about it. Sometimes they just float around and they're gone. Other than that, yes, that is what that would be. But she gets locked out during the show because she would be unplugging shit and all over the map, every which direction. So, purchasing an NFT. Oh, hey, we're vibrating. Let's put that over there so that doesn't happen. Purchasing an NFT. My friends, I'm going to talk about two ways that you can purchase an NFT, basically. Minting and buying off of the secondary market. Might be a little redundant for some of you, but also might be brand new for some of you. Also might be just a great rehash and a great lesson in just taking your doggone time. So my friends, I am literally going step by step. We're going to start with minting. Super simple. I would pull it up all on the screen and literally point and click. I took screenshots and did it like I did last week. I just don't want it to fuck up the stream and all that. So I took screenshots. We'll go step by step through minting, and then we will go step by step through purchasing on the secondary. So super simple. It's not going to take a whole bunch of time, obviously, but let's rock and roll. Let's kick things off with minting an NFT. All right. Here's the first thing. This is a very, very, very important part. Now, some of you guys, tits. Shout out Truth in the Swords, baby, my man. What's an NFT? It is a non-fungible token. Go back to episode number 4 if you would like to know. No, episode number 3, if you'd like to all know what is the difference between fungible, non-fungible, and what actually is an NFT. But this might look familiar to some of you. That's because it is directly from the ETH.r Brews Discord server. Shout out to my ETH.r Brews. Shout out to Mr. Up Too Late for always keeping us safe in that bad boy. One of the best Discords around. Now, why is important links? Let me come over here. Why is important links highlighted? Because this is the only damn place that you should be going to mint from any project, not off of their Twitter, not off of their Instagram, not off of a fucking email that your grandma sent you from 2 years ago and that says the important links. No, we're going to information, important links, and that is the only spot that we are going to be clicking on any mint websites. Let me make it sure for you. Important links, my friends. That is the only spot you will be clicking on any links. Now, click on important links. It's going to take you to something similar, regardless of what project you're on. You're going to see something like this. I typically like to see these things, and that's why I resonated with ETH.r Brews right off the jump. Had a Twitter page, a place that we can find them at, obviously. Also had a website. We know where their main website is. They got the mint page there, so you can go direct to it if you don't want to go to the website first. They have their generative collection on OpenSea. You'll see why that's underlined, and I'll come back to that soon. You also want to see the contract. I love seeing the contract on an important links page because that is literally the nitty gritty. As we roll on into the week, we'll dive into smart contracts, what they actually mean, some things you can look at, and some things that I've really been able to learn because I didn't know shit about fuck when it came to smart contracts when I first got in this space. So we'll come back to that. That will be a later lesson on, but we'll come back to the OpenSea here very soon. And then don't worry about the Mint Pass. That was something for the OGs. But actually do worry about it. If you have a Mint Pass in your wallet, burn that son of a gun. Stop hanging on to it. They're useless. Burn the doggone thing. We're going to mint these brews out by the end of this week. You mark my words. There's 500 left. You'll see it here in just a second. All right. So we're going to hit the website. Takes us the Boot Crew website. Okay. Now, obviously, you can play around, you can jack around, you can do whatever you want on here. How about these for some graphics? What other show does this type of stuff? How about this? Okay, so, I'm tooting my own horn. Plenty of other shows do this. I'm not the only one. But you're on the website. All right, we see mint. Nah. Say, okay, I want to mint. Nah. Well, obviously, that's not going to take me anywhere. So, got to go to the next page. Okay, bingo, bango. Pretty much every single website, every NFT project that has a website is literally going to have something that says mint now or something along those lines. It's going to take you to this Connect Wallet landing page. Once you hit Connect Wallet, right? Once you hit Connect Wallet, is going to take you to a similar pop-up box like this. Obviously, there are many different types of wallets that you can have. Coinbase, Taurus, there's smart wallets, the Wallet Connect. The Wallet Connect has allows you to do all like the special different type of ones. You'll typically see that. But obviously, the most popular one that we on episode number 1 downloaded a MetaMask, talked about a seed phrase. Go back if you need a little extra refresher. MetaMask is always probably going to be the number one, regardless of what project you are minting. So you'd hit that MetaMask, and then all of a sudden, something like this would pop up in the top right of your screen. I don't want you guys to see that I have 500 Ethereum. Just kidding. I was trying to underline it, and then it all got fucked up. And like you guys needed to know that. I'm not hiding shit from you. I'm fucking transparent as hell. Either way, you'll select which account you want, and then it'll tell you this. This is the main page that you want to worry about. What you want to see every time is this. HTTPS. Okay, the S is ridiculously important, I have found out. A lot of times, if you see just an HTTP, those scammers like to use those websites. So if you see an HTTP semicolon / www.ethrbrews.com, do not hit this connect button. Do not. Make sure you got that HTTPS and hit that connect, because what that connect is doing is you are literally physically signing something saying, yes, allow them to see my address, see my account balance activity, and everything they can suggest a transaction to me. And that is literally what minting is doing. So we hit that connect button because we do see HTTPS. We love ETH.r Brews. And it takes us to the direct mint. This morning when I looked, I don't know if anybody's minted, but 538 left. Y'all see that? 538 left in this collection before it's minted out of the 4,444. How about that? So you'd obviously go to your main box here, my friends, and you can obviously hit the plus. Obviously, I can't because this is a screenshot, but I keep wanting to, and it zooms in every time. I keep forgetting it's not. So you can, let's see, hemp. Don't let me forget that. I see what you just put there. I'll come back and come back to that here real soon. Not even grandma's email is safe. Hold on, let me hit this. This is a good part to stop. So we'll come back to this. Make sure to let the viewers know to be careful even with those links. Make sure you recognize them. Make sure that the Discord has not been compromised before you click on links even there. Very, very, very correct. Hey, I got to look over the top here. Very, very, very correct. I actually am going to talk about that on Word on the Chain. There was actually a Discord that got compromised. Some of you might know over the weekend. Pretty popular one. So wanted to talk just a little bit about that. So you will go and you will select how many ETH.r Brews or how many Brad and Chads or how many Rhinos or how many Gutter Punks or whatever. Oh, well, Gutter Punks is sold out. I can't do this anymore. Either way, select one for the time being and we would hit buy. Again, ooh, here's that pop-up window. That's going to come up in the top right corner of your screen, somewhere generally around in here. Now, you're going to see the price, 0.025. That's the mint price. This is the ETH USD equivalent. That is what that's showing you. 0.025 in Ethereum is worth $47.36 in US dollars. Now, this was this morning. You'll also see estimated gas fee, okay? And this is unavoidable, my friends. You cannot avoid gas. It's pretty much like a tax, and you got to be careful because they are going to vary contract by contract. An ETH.r 721 contract is a little less gas efficient than ETH.r 721A. 721R, a when mint contract, if you start to hear that, that allows for a refund. It has a little bit more gas efficiency. So just be sure to check. Obviously, an ETH.r 721 doesn't make or break the deal on whether or not you should mint that project or not. It just might mean you might have to find some specific hours when gas is a little more advantageous to your budget. So it'll always show you that. And then if you scroll down, you'll see you can scroll there. Again, this is a screenshot, but if you scroll down, it'll take you to your total. So it'll pretty much give you the amount plus the gas and show you basically maximum what you're going to pay. You hit confirm. Bingo, bango, presto, changeo. Some shit would happen. Then it would say transaction confirmed. And then all of a sudden, you'd have a new ETH.r Brew in your OpenSea wallet that we've already shown you how to connect to and done all that stuff. So, next part. Very, 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 very important. Why did I click on these three dots? So, if you click your extension browser, your MetaMask, I was about to say Firefox. If you hit your MetaMask extension on your browser, this obviously is going to pop up in the right screen. Why did I hit these three bubbles? Because it is an extremely important final step to do anytime you mint. I don't care if the fucking founder, dev, and the fucking artist are all related to you and you plan on taking this thing to the moon. You get done minting, go to your 3 bubbles or 3 little dots, go down to connected sites. You hit connected sites and it's going to show you everything you're connected to. We just minted at ETH.r so it shows me that I am connected at ETH.r Brews. I'm going to hit that disconnect right there. It's going to pop up. Are you sure you want to disconnect? You may lose site functionality. Yes, disconnect, and then you are good to go. So my friends, officially, you just would have minted yourself an ETH.r Brew, okay? Now, super duper simple. Why did I mention that last part, the hitting the 3 little bubbles and making sure you disconnect? If any site by any means gets compromised and you are connected to that site, there goes your wallet. It's done. This is the Wild West. Once again, there's no help department. There's not a 1-800 save my NFTs. People are working on it. They're getting better at it, especially with the smaller projects. The bigger projects, a little bit harder, but always, always, always go up to the top right, hit your 3 little bubbles. Just always get in the habit of just checking those connected sites and making sure you disconnect. Now, last but not least, my friends, wanted to just show you quickly purchasing off the secondary market. Let me get over here and change my screen. Okie dokie, atachoki. This is what we need. Okay, now we go back to full screen mode. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna change this. Full screen mode. Okay, here we go. Now, just picked out a random section of ETH.r Brews on the OpenSea. So this is what you would see. Obviously, there's going to be rows and rows and rows of them, whatever's for sale. Now, I chose brew number 3327. So if you clicked on brew 3327, which is an absolute banger for a price of 0.035, you're out of your damn mind if you're not going to the OpenSea right now to sweep that. However, neither here nor there. This is what would pop up. This is your secondary window. This is actually your purchase screen. Hey, also the only NFT on the market that you can literally spin around. Look at the top, look at the bottom, 360 degrees. No other NFT on the market does it, but I digress. If you like what you see, you like the price, you hit yourself buy now. Now, some of these, oops, hold on. Oh, where'd it go? Right here. Okay, some of them that won't be blue check marked, verified on OpenSea. We're working through that at ETH.r Brews. We had some weird shit go on with the link, so we just want to make sure we were safe. But this will come up. If it is an unreviewed collection, you just want to make sure everything's right, and you would just check this I understand, and then it will take you to the main checkout page right here yonder. You'd hit that checkout, and that exact same box would pop up as before, like we minted. Just wanted to do this also and show you that the estimated gas, look, it did go up, right? That just shows you the gas fluctuation. Before it was 20 bucks, now it's 48. So it's just a little something to think about while if you guys are not familiar with gas, because I got burned left, right, and center when I first got into this space. So that does it for minting and purchasing off the secondary. We'll dive into the second segment of the show here in just a second. But I got burned really bad a lot when it came to minting from the jump. I really didn't even comprehend what gas was. And I was paying $70, $80, $100 in gas, not even thinking about it. And now, goodness gracious, I will degen hours all the way into the night to get 20, 30 gwei. And y'all know what I'm talking about if you're out there being a degen too. So there's the lesson of the day, NFT 101, how to purchase an NFT, both minting and buying off the secondary market. There'll be clips available. Go back if you missed any of it, and this will be forever etched in YouTube history. It's time for the second segment of the day, my friends. Oh, you can use VPN to change gas fees. That's an alpha alert. That's an alpha alert and a half. Okay, so that does it for NFT 101. Let's keep this old proverbial podcast train steaming on down the tracks with the second segment of the day, my friends. Word on the chain. Okie dokie artichokes. I'm going to get this page out of here because I need a couple of different things here in a moment. All right, my friends, let's talk about a couple of things before we bring in today's legendary guest of the day. Now, First things first, soulbound tokens. I want to talk about these, especially during this kind of bear market that we seem to be living through right now, and everybody's kind of experiencing. These soulbound tokens are going to be really, really doggone interesting, and they're actually nothing at all like NFTs. I was reading about it. Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, is obviously spearheading the charge on this. And it's really interesting because they're basically going to replace your entire life on the blockchain. So there's going to be no flipping, no shorting, no selling. Once you have a soul-bound token connected to you, unlike NFTs, they're yours forever. You can't get rid of it. You can't move it. You can't do anything. And yeah, SBTs are absolutely bananas. Just type that in right there and you will go down rabbit holes for days. Thank you, Dr. J, when it comes to that. Now, the thing is even though you can't sell them, flip them, whatever, they never lose their value. They all hold the same value. And it basically brings a whole different value and meaning to the word membership and living on this being or on this planet as a human being, right? Things that will be kept on this soulbound token: your driver's license, your social security card, your birth certificate, any certifications, your degrees, all this crazy shit, basically transferring our old centralized way of living completely into a decentralized way. So it is just entirely different way of thinking. And basically, it is going to shift. It's pretty much going to shift our way of living. And it's looking like they're probably going to come out another month, 2 months. There'll be more information that rolls out on them. But it's basically the step, and it's going to be the Kickstarter that basically allows us to live our lives on the blockchain, as a lot of us already do. And I know a lot of us have wallets that are just set up with ETH, and hey, when a bill needs paid, we transfer the ETH out and pay that, and that's it. I know a lot of people who literally just live on the blockchain, and that's where all their stuff is. So not a bad thing, but these soulbound tokens, they are going to change the game. They're going to change what we know as a centralized society. So keep your ears to that. I would say definitely go do a little bit of research. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time because I could spend 20 minutes alone talking about soulbound tokens. But essentially, you're going to even get essentially that's what they are. But one final thought I just saw here that I wrote down: you're going to get a special wallet too. So it's not even going to be like connected to MetaMask. Like, it is a whole other shindig, you deal. Like, it's going to shake up the whole Web3 space and NFT space as we know it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Soulbound tokens coming out soon. Now, my friends, you all know it. I know it. We know it. They know it. She knows it. He knows it. Everybody knows it. It's a degen market. I can't tell you that it's not. And my friends, these free mints, these minor number mints, these holy shit, let's sell out at night and let's sweep all the floor and pump it up to 0.12, 15, 0.15, whatever you want to say. You know what I'm talking about. It's the market we're in. What's the problem? Everybody seems to be wanting to sit up on their high horse and we knows it. I don't get involved in those degen projects. That's so fucking stupid. Why would you fucking do that? That's so dumb. Now, if you just listen to me for just a second, okay? Right. Sometimes there's this old saying: if you can't beat them, join them. Huh? Hey. If you can't beat them, join them. Now, I am not going to lie to you. Look at the bigger picture here. Bigger picture. The market is shit. Hey, Bitcoin closed above 31,000 yesterday. That was actually pretty freaking dope. But the market is shit. I'm not going to lie to you. As somebody on this side of the screen, as somebody who creates content, as somebody who is on a team of a project, the market is shit. It's okay. However, my friends, these projects are pumping and people are turning profits. And they may have the shittiest art on the planet and no roadmap, just vibes, and no utilities, just hanging out and making fucking noises. So what? Do not. I'm going to quote my man Baby Yo. Our lack of understanding is what holds us back. Shut up, Baby Yo. Do not miss out on the opportunity to make a bag now just because you didn't want to stoop down to a degen level. Don't miss out on that bag. Don't. My friends, I sat on that horse. I missed out on Goblin Town. Perfectly fine to admit it. I had a conversation with Fungible Token on his show this past Saturday that blew my fucking mind. I had to shake the old headphones and get the brain out of my freaking headphones because it was clogging up. I could not believe, my mind was blowing as we were going sentence by sentence. The whole thing was planned. Every little detail, it might seem as stupid as all hell, but it is straight facts. So, you see a dumb ass, bored ass goblin. Here's my theory, okay? Everybody knows it. Actually, let me find my guy so I can show him to you. I had him pulled up, and then for some reason he popped out. Oh, okay. So I'll close. Our man of the hour has joined us, but he's got a little bit of time before we join him. So I'm gonna pull this up, and this is what I'm talking about. So this is hideous. This is stupid. This is dumb. This is awful. This is ridiculous. I can't even believe I did it myself, but it's a bored ass goblin. Okay. It's not about all that additional utility. It's not even about how ugly this shit is. It's about the fact that people can come together and can push some shit up to the freaking moon. It is what the market is right now, and we all hate it. We all hate it as ones who are building for the long term or who are going for something much, much bigger than this NFT space. So I guess I'll put a cap on it with this. Hey, my name's Cap. How about that? This bubble is gonna pop pretty doggone soon, if I would say so myself. I don't know when, where, how, what, why, but there's some pretty important dates I tweeted about a few weeks ago coming up here. And we're gonna find out a lot about the IRL economy, if you will. And I think it's gonna have a lot of ripple effects into Web3 and the NFT space. So this bubble's gonna pop, and I would rather take advantage. Here we go. Okay, we're fine. Oh, don't do this to me. Not today. Hold on. Kids, you're just going to have to listen to me talk for a moment, and I'll get this all fixed out here in just a second. Hold on. You're going to have to be able to see me, though. Hold on. We got to stop the cam. All right, kids, I'm going to keep talking to you while we do this, though. Put a cap on that before I close this all out. Just get involved. Don't be the one that sits around saying, "Why this is so dumb," and miss out on a bag. Because yes, eventually, sure, my friends, it is going to go away. The market is going to shift. Everything is going to change as we know it, and there's going to be a entirely new trend. What is that trend? I have no idea. Maybe our guest of the day will tell us about it. Maybe I need to get an entirely new fucking camera so I don't have to worry about things like this all the time. Who knows? Who's to say? Who's to guess? But what I do know is that I think we're back in action here now. And I hope it's not entirely messed up. How are we now? Oh, look at that. We're good. See, I've gotten good at this. Q camera 3, Q camera 4. I need you for that, Dr. J. All right. So all that being said, hey, look at me keeping it together and shit hitting the fan. All that being said, it's a time to get involved and don't miss out on a bag. And why I got involved is I saw some other pretty popular Bored Apes, some pretty popular friends of mine in the space, and some other low-level, pretty close friends of mine getting involved. And I said, we ain't gonna miss out on this one. So that's all I got to say about that. Mama says these my magic shows. All right, my friends. I can't wait. I can't do it no more. I don't care about word on the chain. I'm done. I'm over. I couldn't even control my thoughts this whole time. This guy comes down. He's below me. I said, holy shit. Okay. All right. Everybody be cool. Everybody be cool. This is the third segment of the day, known as Doorkeepers. Okay, my friends. Dr. J says, paging Mr. Rogoff. Paging Mr. Rogoff. All right, my friends, you know the drill. You know how it goes down at this point in time. So without further ado, it's time to bring him on in. My friends, get on your feet. Put your hands together for the founder, that wasn't right. The founder of the Funny Cans, also known as the ETH.r Brews, the lover of the Brew Bay, the papa of Larry the Doge, the incredibly talented 3D motion graphics artist, the insanely knowledgeable human being. Let me get his banner up so you know what he is. OGBAYC 8103. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Duncan Rogoff.
Woo!
Let's go!
Yay! Let's go. What up, buddy? How's it going, man?
Buddy?
I don't know if I can match your morning hype, man. It's morning for me. I'm not a morning person, but I appreciate the hyped intro. Dude,
Absolutely.
Nice hat also, by the way.
Hey,
You're looking good, man.
Hey, thank you. You're looking good on your side of the screen. I see the sweatshirt. I see the hat. What's good on the West Coast, man? I know you're just knocking the sleep out of the eyes, but how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. It's Monday, start of another week. I got my haircut, over the weekend in preparation for our get together and, going to New York in a couple weeks. I feel like I should look trim and somewhat put together. So, I was rocking the big beard before this. But yeah, man, things are good. Things are good. What's up on your end?
Just another beautiful day here in the Windy City. I got the old sweatshirt on too. It's raining like crazy right now. I'm looking at the crack in my window and I'm having to make a little my own sunshine. So yeah, keep rubbing it in my face, all that beautiful weather you guys got out there. But I ain't here to talk about the weather, dude. I'm here to talk about, doggone it, man. This shit, I tell you what, while I fix this, everybody can hear me. I'll come back to this, but this is a perfect time to get things started. I'm here to talk about you, my man. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Everybody wants to know, who is the legend Duncan Rogoff? Who's the man behind the ape? What was life like before the Web3 space?
It's a good question, man. Life was not so dissimilar, but before the Web3 space, it's ramped up to 100, I guess. Since then, it's a lot faster paced. Now I feel like probably the people who watch your show know me, but that's cool. I'm a motion graphics artist, 3D artist, kind of worked all over the place. Done a lot of freelance, like been in house at a lot of pretty reputable companies. I don't know, man, and I kind of like, even while I was working in house, like full time 40-hour a week job, like I always still kind of maintained like a steady stream of freelance. Like I sort of like, I didn't like proactively like look for it in the same way once I had full-time work. But like if it found me, I would kind of take it on, because the full-time corporate day job stuff isn't always like the most creative or most thrilling. And I feel like taking on freelance, clients, let's be kind of like, stretch the creative muscles a little bit. Or if that's not going on, like I'll, experiment on things. Like I'm almost entirely self-taught. Like, I watched like 10,000 million hours of YouTube videos, and then like played around, man. And like, I don't know, like I feel like this Web3 NFT space is just like a continued pursuit of knowledge, right? And it started as one thing. Like I joined as an artist. Like it was a space last March that was for digital artists, like many of which were motion graphics artists, like selling the type of work that I was already making. And so I was like, yo, like I can try to sell stuff I'm already making. I don't know. And then I got into it, realized the space could be so much more. And then, I founded this crazy project just as a way to, again, like, pursue something different, challenge myself, take an opportunity to learn some new things. And it, quickly ballooned from a project about, silly interactive beer cans to like so much more. And there's been, trials and tribulations along the way, as we say. But I don't know, it's all learning, it's all knowledge, man. I think that's what kind of the space opens up, right? It's that opportunity for anyone to, take a shot at something, whatever that thing is, and work through those failures and learn and grow from there. So that's sort of where we're at.
Hell yeah, man. I love that. Well, shit, I got 3 other questions on top of stuff you gave out, but you said something there, continued pursuit of knowledge. And I definitely want to come back to that, because that's really what this space has been to me too, right? And we talk about that all the time off the show or off Twitter Spaces, like just trying to learn, like what is that next step? What's coming in the market? And just maybe sometimes not even talking, just staying in the audience and listening, taking some notes, like where am I missing? Where was I? Where am I at? Where do I want to be? Kind of mindset. So I appreciate that for sure, and we'll come back to that. I don't know what the hell's going on with the old Cam today. Apparently, he doesn't like me worth a hot damn. So we'll figure that out as you answer the second question here, my man. And nothing.
You have a lot of windows
Nothing.
open. I wonder if it's like a
No,
GPU
it
thing, not a
might be.
cam thing.
I actually don't have any windows open. It's interesting. I don't know. It's been jacking around. Maybe I'll just have to get a new camera or not a new camera, a new cable. I think it's my cable jacking up. However, you talked about the ETH.r Brews and how it kind of it blossomed just as something as kind of a funny idea. And now it is what it is. So what kind of gave you the initial idea for ETH.r Brews? I know there's plenty of people watch the show that may not know the story, may have no idea what it originally started as, and I don't know, kind of what got it to the ETH.r Brews as we know and love it as today.
Yeah, man. I'll give you the backstory for sure. Like I said, like I joined in March of last year as an artist, and when I did that, I felt like I didn't feel right about exclusively trying to sell my own art. Like I also felt like, okay, like if I'm going to be here, I'm going to be a part of this artist community. I'm going to have this thing grow. I'm like very much a believer in like the rising tide effect, right? Rising tide lifts all boats. And I was like, okay, like I also need to be buying art from these artists. Like I can't just be here like selling stuff for myself and like trying to like make money. It quickly became apparent that it is still it's always historically been true, but it is still very, very challenging to make money as an artist, even in this space. Although I do think, the opportunity here, as great as there ever has been for artists. It's the best way to get, eyes on your work. It's there's a huge amount of reach. It's way easier than trying to do a gallery show. But anyway, so I say I have had, as an artist, more success than some, not as much success as many. And like I was still buying art from people just to support them, right? And I saw like the reaction that I got from people, even if I bought something for like $50, right? It wasn't even about the money for them. It was mostly just like that someone like saw them and recognized them and like, took the time to appreciate this thing that they were passionate about and that they were making, right? Like, it's like, sharing your artwork. It's like sharing music or sharing poetry. Like it's very personal for a lot of people. It's not like super personal for me, but it's very personal for a lot of people. And I saw that. And I was like, okay, I'm not making enough money as an artist to really be able to like buy art from people in the way that I want to. And I was like, well, what's doing well in the space, right? And it was projects. It was these generative PFP projects. And like at the time, there was like 5 projects that existed, right? There were not that many projects that existed.
Right.
And it did not matter what you were doing, right? You made like a 10,000 piece collection and you were selling out and you were making millions of dollars almost instantly because there just was no competition, right? It was basic supply and demand. And so I set out to make this thing, and like in hindsight, it would have been much easier to release 10,000, like hand drawn whatevers, than it would have been to do what we did. But like I always like to challenge things and challenge the space, and I always assume that the way we think about things now isn't the way we're going to be thinking about things in 6 months, a year, whatever. Like it takes people kind of challenging the norm to to make progress. And so I was like, I had met Bitcoinsky through the Woody's NFT project. The dude is legitimately one of the smartest people I've ever met, probably ever. He's one of the most knowledgeable people about the space, like an incredibly talented dev. Like it's just wild. And we were just kind of figuring out like what we could do. I started out making these beer cans by hand, and I was like, this is not happening. Like, there's just no way I'm doing this. And like, I was like, well, can you help me generate these? And he was looking, he's like, well, what kind of files can you export? And I was just like, I was screen sharing. I went down the list, and we saw these GLB files, and he was like, yo, I think we can mint those. Like, I think we can generate those and mint those. He's like, why don't you send me some and I'll give it a shot, in that way that he does. And over the course of like many, many months, like we developed this project, and like, I still don't think that people understand like the novelty and the uniqueness of it. Like Bitcoinsky is legitimately the only person who has figured out how to do this, right? Is generate all the 3D data and all the materials and actually export the 3D data so that we can mint that. Like we knew OpenSea and like pretty most of all the marketplaces like accept these 3D GLB files. Like that's not like a secret, right? And some people had minted like one of one pieces of 3D art. Some people had made very small collections because they were had to make every single one by hand because nobody knew how to generate them. And still, I don't know that many people have figured out how to generate them. He had people coming to him being like, how did you do this? Like, we tried to figure out how to do this and we couldn't do it. And so, you know, we did the whole thing. I learned a ton in the process. We minted all our ridiculous beer cans. And here we are today. And, you know, we have, you know, bought some art from the community. We haven't bought as much as I would like. I need to get back to that. But the reason that happened is, you know, like I said, like it ballooned, right? The promise for this project became so much more dope. Became so much more, right? And this ability, it was really just, it was just going to be sell these beer cans, make some money, buy some art. That was going to be the project. And then it was like, you know, by the time we got to launch, it was, you know, okay, what's the utility? What are you offering me as a holder, right? And it was like, well, like, wouldn't it be amazing if we could connect with these breweries and have these real life events and do this, that, and the other? So we started to try to work on those partnerships. And it just, you know, it just became so much more that I ever thought it was going to be. And there's so many freaking moving pieces now. Like it's crazy. And just, you know, not only getting people into these breweries, but then also using our team and our skills to work with these breweries to create their own NFT collections. And it doesn't just have to be beer related. It's really any company is kind of looking to get into the space. They're going to need help because they have no idea what they're doing. And so, yeah, it just became really big. And here we are today, and we're continuing to build. And I have ideas for 10 million more things I want to do. But that's a long-winded answer to your question. That's the long-winded answer. I mean, it's true. We started in... It's been almost a year since like the project was conceived. Right? We started in like July, August last year. And so it's just like so much has happened. So yeah, that's why there's 10 million things, because we've been thinking about it for a very long time.
Hell yeah. And I like what you said as far as we've always, or you've always, I won't even say you've always had that forethought of, what are people going to be thinking in 6 months, in a year, and in 2 years from now? And I truly believe that it's going to be ETH.r Brews. And I truly believe that even though it's the degen market right now and everybody's doing the quick flips, fuck, I even talked about it on the show today. Even though it's that now, I do believe that once the bubble pops, everything comes down to zero. I do believe that it's going to reset back to what we know, and what you originally built this project for was for that long-term Web3 actual business value, right? And I would much be rather involved with guys like you. And I've said this with every guest I feel like so far, and just projects like this that are still focused on building tangible value. Yeah, the money's there and the flip's there. It's good. It's always nice to have that, but actually building that back end stuff that we can turn to when all shit hits the fan and NFTs are worthless. Oh, fuck, this might be worthless, but I can go to a brewery and walk in and still get my free beer. You know what I'm saying? So it's aspects like that you got to think about. And I applaud you for always having that foresight, or I guess forethought or foresight, whatever the hell the right word is. And always trying to incorporate that into the project. So even though it might get quiet at times, trust me, this guy is always moving, shaking, grooving, and baking, having some call, some meeting, doing some shit somewhere. I'm always trying to track him down. So don't ever question that. But let's talk a little bit about the market. I guess while we're kind of on that, and you tweeted something out the other day that kind of caught my eye, and I was like, damn, I got to ask him on the fucking show. This is going to be a good spot. And I'm sure you already know where I'm kind of going with it.
Actually, don't. That's why I'm laughing. I'm really curious.
All right. So with it being the bear market, yeah, because I know we both like to shit post. So with it both being the bear market, where we're at, like it's no secret, right? It's no secret whatsoever. And who knows how long we're going to be there. I mean, maybe you got some thoughts on that, but you tweeted something along the lines of, what's the next play? What's the next move? Because now, once, I know you can have your thoughts, whoever's behind Goblin Town, now that the stuff came out over the weekend, but once this free mint deal kind of happened during VCon and it's rolled out into the marketplace, and now, holy shit, you got your wonderful Bored Ape friends over there rolling out projects and doing everything they're doing in the space now. What's that next move, man? What do you see?
It's a really good question. And in this space, I think myself, like a lot of people, like I'm continuously like waffling back and forth between the extremes of like there's so much hope, there's so much potential, this tech is really cool, like there's so many things you can do, and on the other side, like we're all screwed, like there's absolutely nothing that we can be done, nothing's ever going to change. And like whatever, I'll just be honest about that. Like I'm not like a NFT crypto maxi by any means, right? And like it's hard, and I will tell you right now, like things like feel like very scary to me currently, and like I don't like to say that, and like again, like I'm aware at how quickly like that can change, right? Like I'm aware that tomorrow the market can be up 200% and things are rocking and rolling again, and we're all in this state of jubilation and euphoria. I do have an idea for myself for a couple fun projects that I would like to do. One's a free mint. One is like a pure player PvP game, kind of, which is alpha, super degen-y. Everything that I do and that I build, my goal is to, at least take a percentage of those proceeds and give it back to the brew holders in some form or another, right? The brew holders are kind of the pet project, the first passion project, the original OG supporters of, myself, really. And so, I'm thinking about other things as a way to grow this thing. Everything kind of works in the ecosystem. I don't know exactly what the next move is. I don't know what the market's going to hold. I don't know. I hope that we get more real businesses, because I think people putting businesses on chain is really interesting, and that's what's going to grow the space long term. That's what's going to attract like the institutional investors, who are the people with real money. But I haven't seen that people want that, not the people who are here, and that's what's so challenging. And it feels like, to me, like I love what we're doing. Obviously, I said I've been doing it for almost a year now, which is insane, right? Like I have a lot of conviction in this, but also the other half of me is like, why do any of us even bother, right? It's like, why don't I just spin up, OX goblins tomorrow, right? Why? Sure. Like it takes way less effort, right? I will most likely make way more money in a much shorter period of time. Sure. And like, I don't feel like that's not the type of person I am. Like, I don't feel good about that. Right. But it's like, well, if this is what we're doing, why am I not just doing that? Right. So like that's the challenge right now. And I don't know what's going to win out in the end, but that's the space that we're in right now. And I don't know, it's challenging for sure.
No, I like that answer, because that's where I'm at too. I constantly go back and forth between the extremes and just try and ride the middle and try and stay balanced, because I've said it a few times on this show. I mean, it could be this month. We've been talking about this proverbial Web3 bubble just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And when is it going to pop? Much like Web 1 did. And I mean, I know it kind of brings the mood down, but it's very true. And it's stuff that people aren't talking about. And it's those hard hitting questions that I like to tackle, and not just talk about some shill shit, because this is what matters, right? And it's, if you're invested in this space, which I invested in you, man, like you said it right there, like I invested in you and supported you because I support who you are as a human being too, like in your vision and everything you're pumping out. So in a nutshell, I think that everybody just needs to kind of be patient, be calm, because yeah, even though these degen plays are the move right now and all this stuff's pumping and everything, I mean, it can all come to a halt by the end of the month. And I think we just need to kind of relax and take our time. And I truly do believe, much like I said just a little while ago, that the projects that are building the businesses outside of Web3 or outside of just the traditional NFT that we know, those are the ones that are going to last. So also, don't you dare try and come up in here and drop that type of alpha and just gloss over like, oh, I don't know, the market sucks, but let me just drop all this shit on the door show. Are you kidding me? Let's go. The chat is hype. The chat are losing their minds. Look, like they say, hey, we don't need goblin brews. We don't need goblin brews. Too many goblin derivatives, say the chat.
Nobody needs goblin brews.
Jay Medina, shout out Brew Crew. Showed some art for Mo Gomez. He was shot. He was hyped. He was ready to see that. The chat has been hyped all day, Duncan. I can't thank you enough for fully doxing. I mean, I know you're out there. Anybody can fucking find you if they really want to. But fully, if we're coming on, and it's been nice, man, to put faces to names of people, like I just said, that we take the time to invest in, that we care about as human beings. And it's just so nice to have these conversations, get the fuck out of Twitter spaces and, oh, this is the ETH.r Brews and 360. And like, we all know that. Why are we here? And it's because of guys like you that I keep coming around, and I keep sticking around, and I keep wanting to learn more and grow. And why I started this show, to have conversations like this. And thanks for coming on, man, because you've taught me a hell of a lot, and I'm hope that you've taught a lot of people shit today, because I know I've learned even more.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've tried. Whatever, it's just stuff I've learned in the space. I think that's what we're here for. I feel like everyone has a different experience, and we just kind of are here to talk about it. I don't know. I always say I'm just one man's opinion. I know what I'm talking about just as well as you do. Right. For sure. But I think, I don't know, the fully docs thing was important to me. It's like I said, as an artist, I was like, well, I should just be myself. So that's why my handle is just my name, for better or for worse.
Mr. Donuts, for sure.
Like another part of like this project, as like the founder, like I always say, like, I wanted to be like present in the project. I wanted to be accessible. I wanted to be like a part of the community, because that was something that I felt was like really missing early on from these projects. Like I can name a few off the top of my head where like the founders were these kind of like mysterious, like crypto people who like supposedly just had these like fat bags of crypto that everyone worshipped, but they they weren't like people. Like they were very like ethereal. Like I felt like they didn't talk to their community members. They were sort of like these like puppet masters, like pulling, and it just like felt weird, man. I was just like, look, if I'm going to do a project, like I'm going to be in the project. Like I hated that about some of the early projects where it was just by these anonymous dudes that everybody was just like handing money to. And I was like, why are you guys just handing money to these people we don't even know? So I don't know, that was important to me. But yeah, I mean, the face-to-face stuff is great, man. Like we had that, ETH.r Brews event a couple weeks ago in the city, and I met some of the crew, and we're going to do one in New York now that I got that vote back out. We're going to try to lock down a place this week, and hopefully we can meet some more people IRL face-to-face, man. It's it's a different experience than being in these Twitter spaces.
It is, man, and it's been so nice. Like I can't wait to tell everybody else who I got scheduled this week. Like I've been, I like to be kind of secretive on that end and roll it out day by day. But it's just been so cool. People that like you, that I've literally known because of one random space that I decided to come in 6 months ago, and now I would consider you one of my best friends in the space, even though you're a boss of sorts, but I don't even look at it like that. Like you're my man, and I'm here to help you out, and I take care of everything that needs to be taken care of, and it's just because I love you, I appreciate you, I love the brews, and I love the future of this space. And man, if y'all don't follow Duncan, I don't know why the hell you wouldn't be tuned in, and if you would be following him at this point in time. But I mean, if you guys don't follow him, if you don't tune into what he's saying, you're asleep. You're asleep, because he's a realist, and he's being real about this space. And that's something a lot of people don't have the cojones to do. And it's something that I'm very glad to say that just about damn near every guest, not just about every damn guest that comes on this show, is going to have that same real perspective too. And it's something we've all talked about. So that all being said, I don't want to blabber. I don't want to go on. We're here to hear you talk, my man. So I got one final question. We'll run the Twitter picker. We'll go on, get on up and get on out. Obviously, 30 minutes clips by like nobody's business. So I want to get you scheduled up. V2, V3, V4, V1,000,000 until we sell this summer gun out. We're playing fucking P2E brew shooter games, and I'm running around the metaverse with a beer can on my head. I firmly fucking believe it's possible, Duncan Rogoff, and I'm not going to stop until it is. So you're in the middle of chasing a dream and a passion, going after some goals, taking that path less traveled, as we like to say in the space, to someone who might be doing the same, chasing after a dream or a passion, or trying to get into motion graphics, or trying to break into a corporate job, or just trying to get into NFTs and maybe start a project. What's your best advice for that person?
I feel like those are very different people and very different things that people are trying to do. I have like different advice.
Slim it down with your fucking highbrow.
All those people.
Slim it down.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, for anyone chasing, a passion, chase your passion and put it out there, and let people know that that's what you're doing, right? Like, I think nobody can. It's very, very hard to do these things on your own. But if nobody knows what you're doing, then how can anybody help you? So, like, let people know what you're doing and what you're about. Feel free to put yourself out there. For anybody looking for a corporate full-time job, my best advice to people is always don't submit your resume to like a job board. My advice to people is find a company you want to work for, like find a personal contact, an email, a phone number, and like get in touch with like a single human directly. That's worked for me more often than anything else. So that's my advice there. And for anyone wanting to do something in Web3, NFTs, it's similar advice, right? I think, there's opportunity for everyone. I think, you run the risk of that like imposter syndrome. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. What am I doing here? Like, I shouldn't start this thing because I have no idea what's happening. And like, the truth of the matter is, like, nobody knows what they're doing, right? Like, the space is like so new. Like, we all have ideas, and we're like, we're trying things, and there's like some, like some sense of what we're building in the direction that we go. But it's, you're constantly playing chess, checkers, and some backgammon at the same time or whatever. Right? You're just constantly like moving these pieces around. Like, is this gonna, like, does this thing work? Oh, great, this works. Like, let's keep doing that. Does this thing work? No, it doesn't. Like, let's scrap that. Let's move on to the next thing. So like, don't be afraid to fail, I guess is really what that comes down to. Like, take the risk, put yourself out there, try the thing you want to try, let people know that you're doing this thing. And feel free to have it not work out, and try the next thing.
Absolutely, man. I've been there, done that. I know you're speaking from experience, been there, done that. And I talk about it a lot on Java and Jams for sure. But any opportunity I have, there's no failure. There's no failure. If you just keep getting up and, okay, well, that didn't work out. What can I learn from that? How can I apply that to the next thing? You're going to succeed at some point in time, as long as you just keep getting up every day. If it is simple, sometimes it's just getting up out of bed and going to work, and you did your job there too. So I love that, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
You the man.
Absolutely. Hey, you the man. Right. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I always say it. I am but a humble. Yep, dipshit wiped it off the forehead this morning, so we should be good to go. But I want to entertain people, man, and to educate and to entertain is my gift, and it's what I've been blessed with on this earth. And if I can say one thing, or bring somebody like you on, or somebody else, whoever you might think of who might be coming on, and they can say one word that changes a thought, moves a muscle, or says, or makes somebody have a different opinion about Web3 or just life in general, then I did my job, man. I mean, I'm not doing it for the clout, for the likes, for the shares. I mean, that stuff's cool for sure. Don't get me wrong, but it's nicer to see real impact, and I see real impact happening in the chat. I mean, there's a strong ass community of Diamond Hand Radio members already, so it's awesome, man. And thank you from the bottom of my heart, taking some time. I know you're busy as all hell, and trying to get us to the moon. So what you say we let you get back to taking stuff to the moon, but we draw for a little ETH.r Brew and bring a new member of the Brew crew, huh?
Yeah, man, do it. Let's do the draw. We're going to keep growing. I mean, like we said, it's been challenging. It hasn't always been easy, but I think we sold like 1,000 brews in the last month since whenever that party was, right?
If you didn't see NFT 101, I taught how to mint today. And of course I had to use the ETH.r Brews. 563 was up on, or 543, either one. Woo! Either one. I don't know. I showed it on the screen. I screenshot it this morning. So yeah, man, it's obviously been a grind, but we're clipping, dude. We're clipping. I said by the end of this week, we'll be sold out. That's what I thought. That's what I said on the show. I don't know. I speak things into existence. I might be crazy, but I don't think I am.
I like that, man. I think we got like just over 500 something left to sell, man. Like I think we can get there. For sure. We still have some work to do. Like I said, it's not been easy, but we're so close, man. Like I think we can get there.
Hell yeah.
Keep pushing.
Hell yeah. And to put a cap on your last thing there, I said you said just talk about your stuff. And yeah, I thought about a quote: nobody's going to talk about your stuff unless you do. So don't be afraid to continuously put it out there, continuously just pump, even if you think like, ah shit, I've already posted this 6 times a day, like no, fuck, go 7, go 10, go 15, because maybe one person didn't see it and it's the right eyes you were supposed to see, or the right eyes that were supposed to see it. So there you
Yeah, I
go. There you have it.
saw. Well, when we were talking, we talked with NFT CEO from Anonymous Collectors
Yeah.
Club like a while back, and he had that. I think you remember this too, the jab right hook philosophy.
Yeah.
About posting, and I tried to be better about that now, because I'm in the habit also of posting like all about ETH.r Brews all the time, for obvious reasons, right? But like that that gets taxing for people just to see the same thing over and over again. So come out there with the value, like mix it out. That's why I'll share occasional picture of my cute dog, right? Give them two pieces of education, and then hit them with a little check out this cool thing I made. Just keep people on their toes a little bit.
Hell yeah, I love it. Well, my friend, before we do the draw and get on out of here, thank you. I know we talk all the time. I'm on the team. We always hanging out, but thank you for coming on, for supporting the show, supporting Diamond Hand Radio, the Door Show, and sharing some of your knowledge and insights that we typically don't get an opportunity to hear. If we do, it's few and far between. So from me, from all the DHR fam, thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Likewise. Thanks for having me on. I'm sure we'll probably talk like again later today. So.
Probably within a few hours. Yes, most likely.
Yeah,
so I will see you on the flip side of that. But all you beautiful people who have been waiting, the time has come. I tweeted it out. The 5-minute warning has passed. So without further ado, the tweet has been loaded. At Diamond Hand Radio needs to be followed. At ETH.r Brews needs to be followed. At Duncan Rogoff and at Cap and Colt all need to be followed. I don't care if you have a description, because some of us have busy lives and don't live on social media like your boys. Some of us don't even have time to have a banner, so I get that. But you got to be a real life humming bean, so you better have a profile picture. We're loaded in. We look like we're set to lock and load. We sure are. And without further ado, my friends, it's the time of the day when the draw of destiny begins. Holy shit, he's going to come uncorked. He's going to come out of his shorts. I don't know if he'll be able to handle what he's about to see on this screen, but without further ado, my friends, live on your screen, today's winner of the draw and getting a brand new ETH.r Brew in that wallet, Toxic! Let's go! Woo! Shout out Toxic, man. Look at him go. Holy cow. I bet he's jumping up and down right now. There you go. You guys all see it on here. I will reply with the winner here shortly. That way you guys all see it. Toxic, if you're listening, if you're watching, if you don't see it, you know the drill. Hit up the ETH.r Brews page. We'll add you to the list and we'll get you taken care of, my man. Shout out. Thank you, good sir, for the ETH.r Brew on the show here today. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you for the giveaway as well. The DHR fam appreciate you there too, good sir.
My pleasure, man.
Outside of that, my friends, looks like the chat's good to go. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by the show. For myself, your hostess with the mostest, Colton, Cap and Colt Soroka. The man, the myth, the legend, the burrito eating, the wiener doge having, also known as Larry, the brew bay loving, and the ridiculously big brain having Duncan Donuts Rogoff. Don't you ever forget. Thank you so much for stopping by today. We appreciate you guys so much, and you know how we get out of here every single day. My friends, it is a marvelous Monday to be alive. The rest is up to you. Be sure to spread a little PLP and sprinkle in some kindness as you go on throughout your day, because guess what? It costs 0 fiat, 0 ETH, 0 SOL, and 0 of any of them other shit coins you care to be invested in right now here to do so. My friends, I hope you have a spectacular rest of your Monday, unless you have any other plans. And as per usual, my friends, you better not ever forget, right here is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Peace and love, everybody. We'll catch you on the flip side.